Hello everyone and welcome to Pennyhill Junction. So I thought I'd do something different for my next video and have a crack at a Metcalfe card construction kit. Now this is my first attempt at a card kit. I've never done one before, but I thought I'd have a go at this, the 00 and HO scale P0233 Metcalfe signal box. So this is certainly not a how-to video, being the first time that I've ever built a card construction kit. So my objective here is simple. I'm creating this video to simply get some constructive feedback from you guys on my card construction kit making skills. Let's get started. I hope you enjoy the video and please remember to comment at the end. So the first thing I need obviously is the tools for the job. So you'll see from the list there I need a modeller's knife, a pair of sharp pointed scissors, a steel ruler, some glue. Metcalfe recommend a Yoo-hoo all-purpose adhesive, a suitable cutting surface, and also some tweezers to hold some of the smaller components. And here is what I've recently purchased. So Metcalfe recommends their own ultra-fine tip glue applicators. There's the Yoo-hoo all-purpose adhesive. I have a Draper 120mm modelling knife, and also an Amtech 6-inch and 12-inch steel rule, all laying on an Amtech A3 cutting mat. Now, not every tool for this job has been purchased new. Obviously, I have a set of good household scissors and a pair of tweezers. With this kit, you actually get a couple of little extras. So, in addition to the signal box, you also get a little line-side shed and a lamp hut. The pack itself contains two very detailed instruction sheets with very thorough step-by-step guide on how to construct the signal box, as well as the line-side shed and lamp hut. Instructions, as I say, very easy to follow with clear diagrams. The kit itself comes on 2 sheets of thick card, as well as a clear plastic sheet for the glazing. The first task is to prepare the glazing, and that's done by using a pair of scissors and cutting along the white lines on the glazing sheet. Then it's time to remove all the individual sections by cutting along the score lines with your model knife, which are indicated by the blue arrows. I'm now halfway through removing all the pieces from sheet A. You see I have the pieces there laid out and well organised. I keep hold of some of the off cuttings just in case I need them for additional bracing. But something else to point out, you'll see from this image, is sometimes when you remove a section, there might be a little bit of almost like a bobble. So I'd advise just to use your model knife to sort of cut that edges nice and smooth. So one bit of advice for anyone else who's new to model making is to use a larger area. I've sort of confined myself to a computer desk, and as a result, a bit of card got caught on the keyboard section, which I'm using where I've got the cutting mat laid. You can see as I was pulling the sheet, this section got caught at the back and unfortunately ripped it, but I'm sure I'll manage to fix that shortly with some glue. And that's all the pieces removed from sheet B. Tucked inside sheet B, you'll see these plastic items which are used for the signal box stairs, as well as the pinnacles that fit on top of the signal box roof. Another thing to point out when cutting, I found in particular on sheet B that there was some challenges cutting along the score lines, particularly this roof section. As you can see, it wasn't very straight. So what I used is just my steel rule and cut along this brick line to make a more smoother, straighter edge. So now I have all my pieces laid out. The next thing to do is begin construction. The first step is to fit all the glazing to the signal box window sections. Now this is my first opportunity to use the Metcalfe ultrafine tip glue applicator. So I just empty a reasonable amount of glue into the bottle. Apologies for any camera shake or sudden jerky movements. Unfortunately, I don't have a tripod, so I'm holding the camera in one hand and trying to close the bottle with the other. As you can see, these have a sort of fine pointed needle at the end. I would suggest when you're not using the applicator to put the pin back to ensure that you keep the nozzle clear. Now obviously what's great about this fine tip applicator is it makes it very difficult to apply too much glue, particularly for pieces like this where you don't want the glue sort of spreading as you fix the glazing to the card section. So as you can see there, just simply applying small dots of glue spread out across the glaze section, and then just fixing it to the back of the card. This is the lower inner front wall. So obviously ensure that you have the window frames lined up before you press down the glazing firm. Then simply repeat the same process for all the window sections. The next section is to insert the lower inner walls to the brick section of the lower base of the signal box. The inner sections are simply attached by gluing to the back of the card, ensuring that obviously all edges are nicely lined up. Once it's glued down, it should look a little something like this. Moving on now to the lower inner rear wall. So this has the sort of first floor base. So bend the base over. And this allows you then to connect this piece to the other end of the outer wall, like so. Then it's time to fit the inner end walls. This comes in two pieces. So you've got a lower inner end wall and the lower door. So again, with simple application of glue, to fit the lower end wall on top of the door section. And then simply fold the outer section round and sticking down to the door section. Now I found this was the first real fiddly section, and that's inserting the base card into the bottom half of the signal box. So the base card itself, there are two tabs which need to be folded under and stuck together using a good amount of glue. And you can see from the image there. And once you fix the base card in place, just apply a few spots of glue right around the base card where it fixes to the outer wall. And it should look like this. Then we start to move up to the upper section and inserting the inner front window to the upper section of the signal box. And that should be applied to that section like so. Then the top section, which is referred to as the cabin, now needs to have the cabin inner wall applied again by using glue. Ensure this section here is joined with the two red arrows like so, and then the whole outer section is again folded round to make a nice rigid unit. Next we add the barge boards and roof. The barge board on each side comes in 3 sections which need to be stuck together. I advise using a paperweight and just keep it on there for a few minutes so they're stuck down together well, and then you see just connect them to that upper outer edge of the cabin. Again, just another look at how you apply the base card, similar to the bottom section. And then with the roof, ensure you fold inwards from the middle. Apply glue all around the outer edges of the roof, ensuring that the roof is applied central with an equal amount of lip on each side. So that's the cabin section complete. So before we move on and connect the upper and lower section together, we just need to seal the main floor to the bottom section. So apply an equal amount of glue around the upper edges of the outer wall. Then once that's done, just simply fold down the main floor like so, and apply some pressure. I'd also suggest perhaps again using a paperweight, just holding it in place for a minute or two until securely fixed. So to attach the upper and lower sections together, simply apply glue to the bottom edges of the cabin and then fix down to the bottom section onto the main floor, ensuring that all walls are square and in line. And then we move on to the toilet. The first step is to fix the toilet inner wall. Simply fold the tab, apply glue and fix to the side wall of the cabin like so. Now you need to fit the iron bracket to the underside of the toilet. So simply apply glue to the back, then fold together. Apply glue to the edges like so, and then fit in place as illustrated. Now this next task was actually meant to have been completed prior to the construction of the toilet section, and this is this cover strip here, which is simply glued in place to cover the gap between the two sections. Now going back to the toilet section and fitting the toilet wall and roof. So simply fold at the creases, apply glue and stick to the inner wall, stick to the outside of the inner wall of the toilet. And then again, apply glue to the edges and add the roof as demonstrated. So step 12 is the construction of the steps, which attach to the upper section or cabin section of the signal box. You can see the steps are made out of plastic. Come in 3 sections there, so the steps, 2 handrails. Each handrail is fixed to the steps by applying a small amount of glue to each beam and then leave to dry for several minutes. Now section 13 is fitting the stairs to the main building. However, as I said, I've allowed myself several minutes to let those plastic steps dry, and now working on this, which is the line side hut. So similar to the construction of the signal box, we have the glaze sections which are fitted to the line side hut as so. The line side hut has a inner wall which needs to be stuck into this section as shown. And then bend the outer section inside towards the inner wall. Then add the line side hut base card. Again, applying similar techniques as to the signal box. Section 15 is quite fiddly. We need to fold round each section. And then where it indicates as a tab, that needs to be stuck to the back again with a fair amount of glue. Section 16 is the chimney section. So the actual chimney pots are on the instruction sheets, simply out of A4 paper. So just cut each of those sections out. And these are all the pieces that you need for that roof section. Now the instructions suggest that you use either a nail or a screw to wrap around the paper chimney pot, just to make it nice, sort of tight cylinder. But what I've actually used here is just a piece of leftover plastic from the sort of staircase kit, and it does the job just as good. The chimney stack itself is very easy to assemble. Just fold at each seam and fix in the middle. The roof, if you are fitting a chimney stack, you'll need to sort of cut out an end section to ensure that the roof fits flush against the chimney stack. Then you need to apply the chimney stones. There's 2 stones, a larger and a small stone. Again, just fixed together by glue. Then finally, as I mentioned earlier, just wrap the chimney pot around the plastic, making a nice tight cylinder, and then again using glue, just stick to the top of the chimney stack. And there it is. That's the line side shed or hut, as it's also known as. As I say, nice little addition to the kit. But that's not all. There's another item that comes with this kit, and that is the fuel hut. Before we get onto the fuel hut, I just want to go back to step 13, which is fitting the stairs. So now they're nice and dry. Again, just by placing some glue to the underside of the main floor and also to the upper handrail, ensure it's fixed to the main cabin. So the asbestos fuel hut, very simple to construct. only 4 pieces to this, so again, similar to the other sections, apply the glazing first. You'll notice this section, it's only the top section of the window frame which shows through. Then just fold each section round, and then using the inner door section to seal the unit. And the final piece there, just the roof, which needs to be gently curved before applying glue and fixing to the top. And then finally, all that's left is just to apply some finishing touches, and that's just to fit the 2 pinnacles to the roof. That's the small little 2 pieces of green plastic which were part of the steps kit. So these are simply applied to that small roof cutout, again using the all-purpose glue, and then that's it, job done. As I said, this is my very first attempt creating a card kit. Very pleased with this Metcalfe model signal box. Very simple instructions, very easy to follow, even for a complete and utter novice like myself. So thoroughly recommend, and yeah, I look forward to doing many more in the future. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.